May you have auspiciousness and causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May you take no effort in your being generous, sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest, may you catch your breath. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. May the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa. Well, here's to the hearts that you don't break. Here's to the lives that you don't change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. 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 May you be as fascinating as a slap bracelet. May you keep the chaos and the clutter off your desk. May you have unquestionable health and less stress. Having no possessions, though immeasurable wealth. May you get a gold star on your next test. May your educated guesses always be correct. And may you win prizes shining like diamonds. May you really own it each moment to the next. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. May the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa. Well, here's to the lives that you don't break. Here's to the lives that you don't change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. Oh, I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. Oh, I want you to have it all. All you can imagine. Oh, no matter what your path is, if you believe it, then anything can happen. Go, 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 raise your glasses. Go, 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 live your glasses. I told you, here's to the hearts that you don't break. Here's to the lives that you don't change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You know,
it's such a good song. I'm just loving it. I prefer when I play songs that I know the words to, but you know, if I don't know them, I just make them up. Not doing perfect in this community, that's for sure. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. Gonna get my dress on straight. This today is going to be a juicy Q&A about something that happens all the time. So I want you to really hold yourself through this chat, and I want you to share in the comments what's actually coming up for you. Yeah, I'm really puffed and I wasn't even hardly dancing. I feel like I've just done a spin class. But I love that song because it's really about happiness and having a good life. And there are many of you in this community that have actually been more addicted to your suffering. And you're going through the motions, and it's not that you're not trying, because you are. Many of you are, whether you're listening to podcasts, meditating, doing yoga, ayahuasca, therapy, courses, programs, whatever it is, to varying degrees in here. We have so many women that come and join Soul to Soul who have come in kind of, you know, very much like, you know, why would this be different? You know, I've been doing these things for 10 years, Lucy. Like, why on earth are you telling me that in such a short amount of time, I can actually change my life and I can actually attract in my soulmate? And I'm like, they're facts. It's not even about me having a conversation or reasoning with you or justifying anything to you. When you actually are playing at such a high level, where you're being held and supported so deeply through this really deep, soulful work, where you get to access your heart and your cells, a day doing this work is the equivalent of a month. Okay. So it's not about, I just want to say off the bat here, right? I did a live about this the other day about therapy not being the answer. And it's not that it doesn't help you, it's not that it doesn't bring awareness, but many of you right now, if you're honest, you're getting around knowing a lot of your issues. You're knowing, okay, well, I've got these abandonment issues and I'm scared of commitment and I'm scared of rejection and I'm, all these different things. And you've got very good reasons as to why, you've built up this love armor and you have this awareness. However, you, if you're honest, haven't been able to shift the needle into actually shifting anything when it comes to your dating life. You're not attracting in the kind of guys that you want. You want to meet your one. You don't want to be sitting there dating all these guys. You want to be, I want to be in a relationship. That's why you're in this community. And you don't want to just be in any relationship. You want to be in that relationship that speaks to your fucking soul, where you feel seen by this beautiful human being in a way that no one else has seen you before, where words aren't even needed because you just get each other, right? Comment in the comments about, what's coming up for you, because being aware without the integration is fucking useless. I mean, it's a start. We do need to get aware. But the reason I'm so passionate about this is because I, for many years, was living in that awareness bubble. And I was justifying my situation to so many people. I'm like, well, I would be in a relationship, but, I've got a lot of trauma when my father died when I was young, and I'm just not soulmate material. And, all these things I would line up. And I thought I was really clever and very spiritual because I was like, I know my blind spots. I know why I'm not in love. And actually, I didn't know my blind spots. I knew some core key details as to why I was bloody terrified of love. Let's be real. I was terrified to let love in. But I wasn't even admitting that to myself. I had just come up with, I'm aware, I know it's to do with my dad's stuff, I know it's to do with these certain things. And I then sort of rested on my laurels. And then I would just dabble in self-development, read The Secret 1,300 times, watched the video, the DVD like 1,600 times, was writing out affirmations, vision board, you name it. I was talking it, but I was not walking it. And nothing was shifting inside of me because I could look at my life. And if that's all you've got to do right now is look at your life, sister. Are you where you want to be right now on the 21st of September? Are you confidently saying, yes, this is my life and this is exactly where I thought I'd be? And if you are, high fucking fives, right? Amazing. If you sincerely are, you'll feel that yes. And if you're not, you might be turning away right now and this might be hard to listen to. But it's the medicine that you need right now, because I'm here to say to you and to hold the mirror up to you to say, you will be in this same place this time next year, all the way until you're 40. And if you're already 40, you will just keep ticking over the years until you're 50. Being aware, doing the work. Now, I'm not making fun of you by doing the work, but I'm saying this, air quotes, doing the work is a massive hiding place. And I was in that land for too many years. Until I started seeing the years rolling over and I was like, hang on a second, my fucking fertility is on the line right now. Hang on a second, my dream life that I have been putting on my vision boards, that ain't getting any closer. That's all on the line right now. As I was getting closer to 40, it started to become really real. And I had the courage to go, whatever I'm doing isn't strong enough. It's not the right medicine for me in terms of the work. Because I'm attracting in still the men that are not making me the priority. They're not committing to me in the way that I know I deserve. So I was like, I could blame New York City till the cows come home, but it's not New York City because this was happening back in Australia. So it's not about those of you that feel like it's the town you live in, or it's COVID, or it's this, or it's that. It's none of that. It's your vibration, beautiful one. It's how you feel about yourself. It's how you feel in your skin. Those of you that feel that it's the weight, if you only could just lose the weight, or if you could get the Botox, then you'd be dateable. Fucking bullshit. Get that out of your vortex. It's a hiding place and it's not true. Men love women all shapes and sizes if that woman loves herself, that man will get on board. Or that woman, if you're into women, will get on board and will love the F out of you. Because it's a direct reflection and mirror of you and the relationship you have with you. So if you're truly integrating, that word integrating the work and embodying the work, penetrating your cells and your DNA and your heart and your soul, you're going to know, because you're going to start seeing your life starting to look exactly like the way that you want it to look. And you're going to start to go, oh, I can have this. It's not too good to be true. I can actually have the relationship that I have been wanting for the last fill in the gap amount of years. But so many of you have gotten so good at being independent, being single, suffering through your story as to why you don't have what you want, justifying, the meditations, the podcasts and the books that you've read and saying, well, I'm doing the work, or therapy, I'm doing the work. And you're giving yourself a get out of jail free card. And that's fine, except that this is your fucking life. So who are you really justifying it to? I was doing the same, and I didn't realize how bad it was, because I'd sort of made it okay. I was like, oh, well, if it's meant to be, it'll be. And, the universe will bring me my guy if I'm meant to have a relationship. I'll leave it to fate. I'm into fate. It's going to happen. The divine will bring it to me. No, bullshit. The universe doesn't work like that. The universe responds to the relationship that we have with ourselves. It responds to our belief system. It responds to how we show up in the world. So if you're not showing up in your light, if you're not showing up in your greatness and eating life up for breakfast, even during COVID, especially during COVID, because whenever we go into times like this, look at the war. People came out as phenomenal artists, doing paintings they never would have ever done had they not gone through that adversity. So I am seeing so many women that come and do this deep work shift out of the autopilot, and they're actually getting on purpose, attracting in their soulmate during this time. And my question is, when is it going to be time for you to stop resting on your laurels, to get out of this I'm aware, and realize that that's not doing jack shit for you. And you deserve the world. You deserve to have life the way that you want it to be. Bibb said external circumstances are bullshit. It's all about working on yourself internally. Yeah, well, we can blame our external circumstances, but we have the power. You have the power right now to actually determine how your future is going to be, how the next month is going to be, how the next 6 months are going to be, the next year. How it's going to be is going to come down to how you choose to show up. Do you want to keep going autopilot, full robot through 2021? Or do you want to stop and actually dig into your courage to really be with yourself, to be with your wounds, to be with your shadow self, to be with the discomfort of the hellhole you've been living in, which is not where you want to be. You're not earning the kind of money you want to earn. You're not feeling like a priority. You're constantly looking after everyone else and exhausting yourself, and it feels like shit. People pleasing on steroids, that's not going to attract in your soulmate. So I wrote down just a couple of points. Obviously, I get very passionate about this because I've had some beautiful women join Soul to Soul recently that could have gone either way. And the reason that they were coming to me was they just said, this is legit what I have been looking for my entire life, and I don't know what else there is that can actually help me. Like, I feel it in my waters. Feel it in my fingers. They're like, this is it, and they said, I haven't been taking action at the level that I know. I've invested more in a car. I've invested more in a PhD. I've invested more in a friend's fucking bridal party than I have in myself. And they know, they're like, no, I haven't really pulled my finger out when it comes to healing myself. And when we get to the dream about what they want their life to look like, one of these beautiful clients, she said to me, you know what? I would be so grateful if I say yes to myself today. I'm going to be so grateful for not giving up on myself, because I'm this far away from actually once and for all giving up and just accepting that this is my life and this is the way it's going to be. I said, yeah, this is your opportunity to get the dream, not to peer at the dream through binoculars and go, oh, there's my dream over there. Look at it, getting further and further away. Pulling that dream in with both hands and saying, hey, sister, hey, beautiful dream, you're mine. Because it's time for you to be the chosen one. It's time for you to take up space in the world and to shift your life on its fucking axis so that the next 30, 40, 50 years get to be on your terms, not on the conditioning from your family or the ancestral wounds and the trauma and the life is hard story, built on your new story through your new powerful mindset and belief system that you go and do the work on. And I'm helping women like you all the time to eject out of this cerebral, I'm doing all the work energy. It's not the same fucking energy as doing a PhD as it is to work on yourself, because it requires feeling. Feeling is uncomfortable. We are taught how not to feel in our society. We're taught to numb, whether it's alcohol, staying in bed, eating, right? Drugs. We numb out so we don't actually have to be with ourselves. And some of you actually dissociate. You're like, oh, I'm good. I'm good. I had a lot of stuff when I was younger, but I'm good now. That's called blocking and suppressing. And that means that the body is carrying and holding all of that heavy energy in your organs. And that, my friend, is toxic. This is about taking action, the right action, and getting a mentor that's going to hold such fierce space for you so that you can come home to the amazing, phenomenal woman that you were born to be. Because read my lips and really hear this. There is nothing wrong with you. That is the truth. I don't care if you've had a string of shit relationships your entire life. I don't care if you've never been in a relationship. I don't care if you've been in 65,000 relationships, except they all end. Or he cheats on you, or all the different. I don't care. That is happening because your little girl is holding you hostage. And she is operating all of those relationships from major wounding. But that does not mean that you're broken. That does not mean that that needs to be your future. My track record wasn't so hot. I attracted guys and I had some good relationships in there, but for the most part, they were always, I would end up very carefully making sure I pushed the guy away, and then I could say, see, men don't commit. I was orchestrating that. And then I got to be right. And I was like, see, I'm just meant to be a free spirit. Love is not my jam. Like, I want it, but like guys just don't get me. I'm too intimidating. I'm too much of a big spirit. Bullshit, Lucy. Bullshit. That's called protection and hiding. And I had a master's in that. I was a very hider. If that's such a word. I was. And I was fully justified. And I was just like, yeah, like maybe it's just not my thing. And I also didn't come from, growing up in a family where I had that model to me, because my father died at such a young age. So I grew up with an amazing mum, but a very strong, independent mum. So my little girl was really craving to have that role model to me of that really healthy family dynamic. So that was another one of my reasons to say, well, I don't even know what that looks like. So, I'm not possibly capable of even having this. Can you relate to that? Where you just have talked yourself so far out of it, and then you're justifying that you've done all these things, and then really deep down, you have given up. And you're kind of acting like you're okay with it. But I know if we were to spend a few minutes together, I would get in there and you would drop to your knees in tears at the realization that you put your dream on the back burner a long time ago, and then you've numbed it. And when we bring that dream back out and put it in front of you, you'll burst out crying, because you'll be like, fuck, I do want to have this amazing relationship. I do want to be a mum. I do want to actually live my purpose. I do want to, all these things. And it would actually make you cry at how far away from that dream you really are, to really be with that truth. Because so many of you have trust issues and you're very skeptical, and you're just like, funnily enough, one of the girls in here, Jess, if you're still watching, I'm going to find this. Hold on one second. I'm going to read this to you because this was perfection. I'm going to share this with you. Yeah, Lauren said exactly 20 years of numbing and me on the back. Yeah, it's heartbreaking when we do that to ourselves. All right, Jess, I'm going to read this out. Don't worry, Jess, it's nothing like personal. It's just what you messaged to us. Hang on, I'm doing this on the fly. Have I got it here? Hang on, one sec. It's really cool. I just want to share it because I think many of you will relate to this. Here we go. Okay. So, as a business owner, I'm overwhelmed by online courses offering quick fix solutions with do-it-yourself systems that are actually hard for people to get results with and implement. I understand you're probably wanting to streamline your offering so you can reach more people, but I'm not really interested in an online program. Anyway, then she asked for some more information. And then she came back with, was so funny. And I share this because Jess actually did come and do Soul to Soul and she completely shifted her life and she's a fucking powerhouse. So I'm just sharing that there was such reservation, lack of trust, wanting to know everything up front. I guess the online course space is super crowded with no knowledge of how your program works. I hope you can understand my frustration. Sometimes doing course after course, searching for self-development, solution after solution after solution can feel overwhelming. I'm sure many of you are like, yeah, totally feeling this. And she said, I'd be open to learning more about, what you're doing and how the program works. But at the end of the day, my darling, this is not about you doing your due diligence to put together a pros and cons list. It's not about applying for university and working out the curriculum. This is about one thing. My Wi-Fi is really sketch. This is about an outcome. It's not about how does this work. You don't know what you're looking for, with all due respect. Yeah, exactly. Jess is like, who is that person? Yeah, right? But you don't even know what you're looking for. You think that you do. Jess thought it was inside of a one-on-one. She's like, I want to do one-on-one. I don't want to do the whole online thing. But that was her coming from here. She came into a soul-to-soul group collective program online and changed her fucking life. There was a lot of sadness when she came in. There was a lot of fear. There was a huge lack of trust. There was heartbreak, having come out of a relationship that she was hoping was going to work out for her. But then she chose something very powerful. She got out of the way. And she kept following through on the whispers of her heart, which I can only put the pieces together, must have been, I need this. Because she was watching the testimonial. She's like, the testimonials look great. But she was very much coming from, boom, 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 boom. I'm doing my due diligence. That's not why you're going to join Soul to Soul. My program is when you get that feeling and you know that I'm meant to be your mentor and you know and can feel the gravity of this work. And that's no ego. It's just, right? When I know I want to work with someone, I'm like, that's my fucking person. If you're getting that in your bones, then it's about you actually taking action, getting on a call and doing the fucking work instead of thinking about doing the work. What would it be like if I did the work? Or talking yourself out of it because you've got so much scarcity about what the investment might be that you're so scared to even come near it. That's your scarcity, keeping you fucking small and broke. Scarcity around money is also showing up in your relationships. Sometimes when I get my women, in fact, a lot of the time when I get my women to dream on the call, they don't know how to dream. They're like, what are you telling me? What if I could earn anything? What would I earn? What do you mean by that? I'm like, sister, come and be with this question. Let's dream together. No. You girls, many of you are scared to dream. And without using the infinite intelligence and our imagination, how on earth do you expect to change? This is about quantum physics. This is about using science. The law of attraction is science. And many of you come to me and you're like, oh, well, I can use the law of attraction with a car space, but I just can't do it when it comes to love. I was like, yeah, that's because your beliefs suck. You believe that you can attract in a car space, great, but there's nothing at stake there. When it comes to your heart, though, you don't have any belief about being able to attract that in. That's why you're not attracting it in. The law of attraction is very consistent. So this is really what's missing for you girls that are dabbling, just kind of, because listening to a podcast, you can be doing the cooking, you're not sitting there being taken through a process, you're not being supported as you go back to that little girl who needs to be healed. Like, there's no accountability. It's just lackadaisical, listen, have a glass of wine. That's not commitment. There's no skin in the game. You're not going to change your life. You might have a bit of a better day, but you're not going to change your life just by listening to podcasts. And I love podcasts, and I'm about to be on a lot of podcasts, and I can't wait to blaze my messages. Can't wait. Because that is a really powerful medium. So I love that you're listening to podcasts. I want you to know, I love that you are taking some sort of action, but it's about taking the right action and investing in yourself and valuing yourself enough to get the premium support in the shortest amount of time that's going to accelerate the process and get you your outcome, which is a soulmate. And the only way to attract in this amazing man in your life is for you to come home to yourself and be your own soulmate. Where you're so full of you, you're so giddy in your own skin that you're whole and complete. There's no lack. So then you attract in your man from that place of fullness and excitement and joy. And that means it's going to be a healthy relationship. But what many of you are doing right now is you're just on autopilot, numbed out, going on the apps, not healing or dealing with anything on your internal world. And you're attracting and get guys that are mirroring that. It's that simple. This is not complicated stuff. But it is going to require you getting the right support, whether it's me or someone else. But I'm pretty sure you're in this community for a reason. And I know I trigger people, and look, I'm okay with that because I'm here to have a truthful conversation about what's at stake for every day that you are not getting this support and doing this deep work. A year from now, it's not going to look better. It's going to look worse. A year from now, your fertility is not going to be in a better place. It's going to be worse. Your mental health, if it's bad now, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Okay? So I say this from such reverence and deep care, because my mission while I'm alive is to up-level the consciousness of the planet, and I need as many light warrior goddesses with me who are ready to fucking rise, who are ready to be the best versions of themselves, and they'll do whatever it takes. And I have full-blown chills when I say that. For real. It makes me feel emotional in such an amazing lit up way. Jess said, I forgot I even wrote that to you, how masculine, doubting if anything else would work because I was tired. Jess, I'm sharing it. I'm so glad that I can use that reference because so many women are feeling like this. You are tired. You're just out of steam. You're out of trust. She said she'd done so many programs, courses, therapy, but wasn't actually integrating anything. Very different. Soul to Soul was the best thing I ever did for myself. Yeah. So this is my little love message for you girls today that are feeling like you've tried everything, or maybe you're at the beginning of your journey. I work with a lot of people who've done anything actually, but they're just like, yeah, I know that shit's got to change right now. I'm like, well done, sister. I'm glad this was your first stop. Take powerful action that actually resonates with your heart so that you can then be grateful that you didn't give up on yourself, right? How amazing is it going to feel by this time next year to know that you did something right now, that you said a hell's yes to doing whatever it was going to take so that you could put yourself first. Imagine the happy dances you're going to be doing on the 21st of September next year, looking back at your life. Jess only recently finished Soul to Soul and she was like, who the hell said that message? She can't even relate to that version of herself. And we're talking that was a matter of weeks ago. Yeah, I pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover. So if you're sick of not getting what you want, you've got a lot of fear there that's stopping you from taking this big leap of faith, getting out of your comfort zone, then you're playing it too safe and your life is not going to change. You've got to feel it. That's why with women, when they step into Soul to Soul, they're like, yeah, this is an investment in myself. And there's a little bit of a, for some people. For others, they're like, yeah, I thought actually this is perfect. Like I thought it was going to be more than this, right? And the price and the investment is irrelevant. It's about the outcome. But the truth is, once women actually come and do this work at the end of the program, they're just like, I would do that. I would pay that again and again and again because I actually got the result. And it is priceless, right? When you actually can speak in the language of outcomes, not a couple of breakthroughs, not a couple of kumbaya affirmations that you can just spout around, like legit transformation where your friends and family are noticing the shifts. That is called transformation. When other people are noticing your energy is happier, brighter, right? So many people come in. I want to start taking photos of the women that I work with, like before and afters. I really, really do. Because seeing women when they're lit up, you actually look like a different human being. For me, when I did my huge integration work, I remember I was actually working in a cafe in New York and I had people coming up to me saying, what face cream are you using? Like, what skincare do you use? I was like, it's $4.95 from Trader Joe's. It's not my skincare. It's my soul that's starting to light up because I'm valuing myself. You can imagine that's like a little intense for someone who's like just there having a nice lunch. I'm like, yeah, you're welcome. I'm like, how about you do you? This is what it looks like, me doing me. You do you. It's nothing to do with the face cream. So funny. Okay? So there needs to be nothing in the way, no excuses, no reasons, no is this going to work? You're not doing anything right now, right? By just contemplating the change, by sitting in this community and listening to these Q&As and just watching the testimonials. I mean, it's a start, but that's not going to change your life. What if you were the person that came in and put yourself first, and then you come in and rock it with the most blazing, inspiring testimonial, and then you're going to have women reach out to you to say, hey, thank you, Sarah, for being you, because of you, I know that I can do this work and I can change my life. My women get so lit up every time they hear that someone came and did this work because of them. And that's because we're in this together. It's the power of the collective. You have a before photo. Yay, babe, woohoo! So big love, beautiful women. Make every day count right now. And all I can say is for those of you that have just gone year after year after year and you're not meeting your guy, you can't afford not to do the work. You can't afford not to invest in yourself, because if you want something enough, you will always find a way. Because for the committed, there is always a way. And for the non-committed and just the interested, there's always a reason, there's always an excuse, there's always an obstacle. And that's just living in a very low vibration, a very victimhood vibration. And that's not who you really are. You're here to do really big things, and you're here to have love, because love is your birthright. And having a soulmate relationship is your birthright. You just have to align with your magic and your heart and do the deep healing so that you can attract it in. And I can't wait to liberate those of you that are ready. Mwah. Post your questions. I will be happy to respond once this is finished. Okay? Big, big love. Thank you for being here with me.